My professor failed my organic chemistry final after I turned down his dinner invitation. I've been struggling in his class all semester. Failed the first quiz, barely passing homework, feeling like I was drowning while everyone else seemed fine. My parents keep asking how pre-med is going, and I've been lying, saying everything's great. Professor Anderson started keeping me after class about a month into the semester, standing too close while explaining reactions and mechanisms. He'd touch my shoulder when I got something right and say I had real potential if I just let him help me properly. At first I thought he was being nice, then it started feeling wrong. 6 weeks ago, he asked if I wanted to continue our discussions over coffee. I said I was too busy with other classes. The next homework assignment came back with a D, even though I'd spent hours on it and felt confident about my answers. When I asked about the grade, he said my work lacked depth and offered again to help me outside of class. This time he suggested dinner at this Italian place downtown. I made an excuse about having a boyfriend. The assignment after that got an F with a note saying my work showed clear signs of academic dishonesty and I needed personal tutoring to improve. I hadn't cheated on anything. I was just bad at organic chemistry, but now he was accusing me of dishonesty because I wouldn't go to dinner with him. By midterms, I was failing. Every assignment got worse scores no matter how hard I tried. Professor Anderson stopped being subtle. He'd mention how beautiful I looked confused by chemistry concepts and how he could make everything clear if I just let him. He started texting from his personal number late at night asking what I was doing and if I was alone. I never responded, but I saved every single message. Something told me I'd need proof eventually. Last week was the final exam. I'd studied harder than I'd ever studied for anything in my life. I actually knew the material this time. I walked into that exam room feeling prepared, but when I sat down, Professor Anderson handed me a test that looked completely different from everyone else's. The problems were graduate-level organic synthesis, things we'd never even covered in class. I looked around confused, and everyone else was working on normal problems about basic reactions we'd learned. I tried my best, but I knew I was failing as I wrote. My hands were shaking. After the exam, Professor Anderson asked me to stay behind while everyone else left. He said he was disappointed in my performance this semester, but there were other ways to show mastery of the subject. He put his hand on my knee and said one dinner could change everything. I pulled away without saying anything and walked out as fast as I could. Yesterday, grades posted. F in organic chemistry. My GPA dropped below the requirement for my scholarship. My parents were devastated and demanded to know what happened. I couldn't tell them I'd been failing all semester because I'd been lying about my grades. So I just said Professor Anderson was a tough grader. My dad got angry and decided to call the department himself to discuss it. That's when everything changed. The department secretary was very apologetic at first. She said Professor Anderson had mentioned me often throughout the semester. Apparently, I'd been receiving special tutoring at his house on Thursday nights. He'd been logging it as official office hours with the department. She said his wife had even called once asking if I was still coming for dinner after our tutoring session. I've never been to his house, not once. On Thursday nights, I work at the campus bookstore from 6 to closing. I've been there every single Thursday for 2 years. My manager can confirm I've never missed a shift. When my dad told the secretary this, there was a long silence on the phone. She asked him to hold and came back 5 minutes later with the department chair. My dad explained everything: the inappropriate texts, the dinner invitations, the different final exam, and most importantly, the fake tutoring records. The department chair asked my dad to have me send all the text messages and my work schedule immediately. I forwarded everything within 10 minutes. This morning, the university opened a formal investigation, and by noon, Professor Anderson's faculty page had been removed from the website. They fired him this morning.